This time, the hunt for the lost tomb of Queen Cleopatra. Today, archaeologists across Egypt are on the hunt for clues.
For centuries, Cleopatra's final resting place was a mystery, until now. But her lost tomb is just one piece of the puzzle. Archaeologists have uncovered even more incredible secrets buried beneath Egypt's sands. Let's explore 12 of the most fascinating Egyptian discoveries. Number 12. The discovery of Cleopatra's tomb, sculpture and secret tunnel. The year is 30 BC. The most powerful woman in the ancient world, Queen of Egypt, lover of emperors and master of politics, takes her last breath. With Cleopatra's death, one of history's greatest mysteries begins. 2,000 years pass. Stones crumble, empires rise and fall. Yet the final resting place of this legendary queen, who commanded armies and bewitched Rome's mightiest rulers, remains a whispered legend. But beneath the sands of Egypt, at the ancient Taposiris Magna Temple, archaeologists have shattered centuries of silence. In a groundbreaking discovery that has sent shockwaves through the archaeological community, the long-lost tomb of Cleopatra VII Philopator has emerged from the depths of time. This monumental find not only includes a breathtaking sculpture of the legendary queen herself, but also revealed a mysterious secret tunnel that had remained hidden for over 2 millennia. What makes this discovery even more remarkable is the visionary behind it. For 15 years, Dr. Kathleen Martinez, a lawyer turned archaeologist, followed her unwavering conviction that Cleopatra's tomb lay within the Taposiris Magna Temple. While others dismissed her theories, Martinez studied ancient texts and religious symbolism, believing Cleopatra would have chosen a temple of Isis as her final resting place. Her dedication has unlocked one of archaeology's greatest mysteries. The woman whose tomb lay hidden for so long was no ordinary ruler. Born in 69 BC, Cleopatra was the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt, and perhaps history's most captivating monarch. Renowned for her brilliant mind, political shrewdness, and legendary beauty, she forged powerful alliances and engaged in famous romances with 2 of the most influential men of her time, Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Her dramatic life story, filled with power, passion, and tragedy, has inspired countless books, plays, and films, cementing her status as one of history's most enigmatic figures. For generations, archaeologists and historians had resigned themselves to believing her tomb was lost forever. But Martinez and her international team refused to accept this verdict. Using cutting-edge technology and meticulous research methods, their tireless dedication through years of excavations has rewritten archaeological history at Taposiris Magna. Within the tomb's sacred confines stands a masterpiece that captures the essence of this legendary queen, a life-size sculpture that seems to breathe with ancient majesty. Carved from pristine white marble, the statue shows Cleopatra adorned in traditional Egyptian regalia with a Nemes headdress, a cobra diadem, and a finely detailed sheath dress. Her face, with its delicate features and enigmatic smile, tells the story of the woman who held the fate of empires in her hands, a ruler whose charm and intellect continue to captivate people to this day. Number 11. Unraveling the mysteries of the underground tunnel. Deep beneath the sands of Taposiris Magna, a historic coastal town located 30 miles west of Alexandria, Dr. Martinez and her team have unveiled an archaeological wonder that has captured the imagination of experts and enthusiasts alike. The underground tunnel they discovered, stretching an astonishing 4,200 feet, is an engineering marvel that has left researchers buzzing with excitement and speculation. This colossal subterranean passage, meticulously carved into the bedrock, plunges nearly 40 feet below the surface. As archaeologists began to explore its depths, they were struck by the tunnel's sheer scale and the intricacy of its design. The walls are adorned with elaborate geometric patterns, painstakingly etched into the rock with a level of precision that defies belief. The purpose of this monumental structure remains a topic of intense debate among scholars. Some believe that it may have served as a ceremonial route for Cleopatra's funeral procession, allowing the queen's body to be transported from the palace to her final resting place in secrecy and grandeur. The tunnel's impressive dimensions and ornate decorations certainly suggest that it was intended for a person of the highest importance. Others speculate that the tunnel could have been a secret escape route, designed to provide Cleopatra and her inner circle with a means of fleeing the city in the event of an emergency. The political turbulence of the time, with the looming threat of Roman invasion, may have necessitated the creation of such a hidden passage. The geometric patterns that adorn the tunnel's walls have also become a subject of intense fascination. These intricate designs, created with a level of mathematical precision that was highly unusual for the time, have led some researchers to believe that they may hold clues to unlocking the secrets of Cleopatra's life and death. Some experts have suggested that the patterns could be a form of ancient code, perhaps hiding messages or important information that Cleopatra wished to keep hidden from her enemies. Others believe that the designs may have had a more spiritual or symbolic significance, perhaps representing the queen's journey into the afterlife or her connection to the gods. As archaeologists continue to study and map the tunnel, they have detected the presence of several chambers and voids branching off from the main passage. These hidden rooms, which have yet to be explored, could contain additional artifacts, writings, or even the remains of Cleopatra herself. While Cleopatra's chambers may hold secrets of power and royalty, another Egyptian tomb has revealed mysteries of a different nature, the sophisticated world of ancient medicine. Number 10. The Tomb of Hesi-Ra. Insights into Ancient Egyptian Medicine. In the ancient necropolis of Saqqara, just south of Cairo, lies a tomb that has provided remarkable insights into the practice of medicine in ancient Egypt. The tomb belongs to Hesi-Ra, a high-ranking official and physician who served under the reign of Pharaoh Djoser during the Third Dynasty, around 2650 BCE. Hesi-Ra was a man of many talents, holding titles such as Chief of Dentists and Physicians and Chief of the King's Scribes. His tomb, a masterpiece of Old Kingdom architecture, was discovered in 1861 by the French Egyptologist Auguste Mariette. The tomb's walls are adorned with intricate reliefs and inscriptions that shed light on Hesi-Ra's life and the medical practices of his time. One of the most striking features of Hesi-Ra's tomb is a panel depicting surgical instruments, including copper needles, knives, saws, and lancets. These tools, carefully arranged and beautifully crafted, suggest a level of sophistication in ancient Egyptian medicine that was far ahead of its time. The copper needles, for example, were likely used for suturing wounds, while the lancets may have been employed for bloodletting, a common practice believed to cure a variety of ailments. The saws and knives, on the other hand, hint at the possibility of more complex surgical procedures, such as amputations or the removal of tumors. In addition to the surgical instruments, Hesi-Ra's tomb also contained a number of clay jars and vessels, some of which still bore traces of ancient medicinal preparations. These jars, along with the inscriptions on the tomb walls, provide valuable clues about the pharmacology of ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptians had a vast array of medicinal plants and minerals at their disposal, which they used to create poultices, ointments, and potions for treating a wide range of ailments. Some of these remedies, such as the use of honey for wound healing or the application of moldy bread to infected wounds, have been found to have scientific merit. Hesi-Ra's tomb also sheds light on the role of the physician in ancient Egyptian society. The inscriptions and reliefs depict Hesi-Ra not only as a skilled healer, but also as a respected member of the royal court. This suggests that physicians occupied a high social status and were valued for their knowledge and expertise. One of the most intriguing aspects of Hesi-Ra's tomb is a series of panels depicting the physician in the act of treating patients. These scenes, carved with remarkable detail, show Hesi-Ra examining patients, prescribing remedies, and even performing surgical procedures. In one scene, Hesi-Ra is shown treating a patient's injured foot, carefully applying a bandage while the patient sits on a low stool. In another, he is depicted performing a procedure on a patient's eye, using a long, slender instrument that resembles a modern-day syringe. These depictions, along with the surgical instruments and medicinal jars found in the tomb, paint a picture of a sophisticated and highly developed system of medicine in ancient Egypt. They suggest that physicians like Hesi-Ra were not only skilled practitioners, but also keen observers and innovators, constantly seeking new ways to treat and cure disease. Number 9. The Step Pyramid of Djoser. Rising majestically from the sands of Saqqara, the Step Pyramid of Djoser is a stunning example of ancient Egyptian architectural prowess. Built during the 27th century BCE, this incredible monument is considered to be the first large-scale stone structure in the world, and a precursor to the iconic pyramids that would come to define the Egyptian landscape. The Step Pyramid was commissioned by Pharaoh Djoser, the second ruler of the Third Dynasty, as his eternal resting place. The pharaoh entrusted the design and construction of the pyramid to his vizier, Imhotep, a brilliant architect, physician, and polymath who would later be deified for his wisdom and accomplishments. Imhotep's revolutionary design for the Step Pyramid marked a significant departure from the traditional mastaba tombs of the time. Instead of a single rectangular structure, he envisioned a towering edifice composed of 6 stepped layers, each one smaller than the one below it. This design not only provided a more stable foundation for the pyramid, but also created a striking visual effect that had never been seen before. The construction of the Step Pyramid was a monumental undertaking that required incredible skill, planning, and labor. The pyramid was built using locally sourced limestone blocks, which were cut and transported to the site using copper chisels, bronze saws, wooden rollers, and sleds. The blocks were then stacked and fitted together with remarkable precision, creating a structure that has endured for nearly 5,000 years. The Step Pyramid originally stood at a height of 204 feet, with a base measuring 397 feet by 358 feet. The pyramid's 6 steps, each one averaging 36 feet in height, were clad in polished white limestone, which would have gleamed brilliantly in the sun. The pyramid was surrounded by a vast funerary complex, which included courtyards, temples, and shrines, all of which were interconnected by a network of underground tunnels and chambers. One of the most remarkable features of the Step Pyramid is the intricate system of tunnels and galleries that run beneath the structure. These passages carved deep into the bedrock, served as the pharaoh's final resting place, and were filled with treasures, artifacts, and offerings to ensure his well-being in the afterlife. Among the most impressive of these subterranean chambers is the burial vault, a massive granite sarcophagus that weighs over 7 tons. The sarcophagus was lowered into place through a vertical shaft that was then sealed with a massive plug stone, ensuring that the pharaoh's body would remain undisturbed for eternity. From ancient Egypt's first pyramid to its last great queen, history weaves an intricate tale. While Djoser's monument reaches skyward, Cleopatra's secrets lie hidden in another sacred space. Number 8. Taposiris Magna, connecting Cleopatra to the Temple of Isis. Nestled along the shores of the Mediterranean, the ancient city of Taposiris Magna holds a tantalizing clue in the search for Cleopatra's final resting place. This once thriving port town, located just 30 miles west of Alexandria, is home to the Temple of Isis, a sacred site that may have played a crucial role in the queen's burial. Cleopatra, who famously aligned herself with the goddess Isis, would have likely chosen a temple dedicated to her patron deity for her tomb. The Temple of Isis at Taposiris Magna, with its grand architecture and rich religious significance, stands out as a prime candidate. As archaeologists began to excavate the temple complex, they discovered compelling evidence linking Cleopatra to the site. Coins bearing her likeness, inscriptions referencing her reign, and even a statue fragment believed to depict the queen herself have all been unearthed within the temple grounds. The connection between Cleopatra and the Temple of Isis goes beyond mere artifacts. Ancient texts, such as Plutarch's Life of Antony, describe the queen's deep devotion to the goddess and her desire to be buried in a manner befitting her divine status. The temple's location, just outside Alexandria, would have provided a secure and sacred space for Cleopatra's tomb, away from the political turmoil of the capital city. Number 7. Alternative theories. Was Cleopatra's tomb lost to the sea? While the search for Cleopatra's tomb has centered on the Temple of Isis at Taposiris Magna, some experts propose a more dramatic fate for the queen's final resting place. According to one intriguing theory, Cleopatra's tomb, along with the city of Alexandria itself, may have been lost to the depths of the Mediterranean Sea. The ancient city of Alexandria, founded by Alexander the Great and once a thriving center of learning and culture, was no stranger to natural disasters. Over the centuries, earthquakes, tsunamis, and rising sea levels have reshaped the city's coastline, submerging entire districts beneath the waves. Proponents of this theory suggest that Cleopatra's tomb, which ancient sources describe as a magnificent structure filled with unimaginable treasures, may have been one of the casualties of these cataclysmic events. They point to accounts of a massive earthquake and tsunami that struck Alexandria just a few decades after Cleopatra's death, potentially engulfing her tomb and the surrounding area. Underwater archaeologists have indeed discovered tantalizing clues that support this theory. Remnants of ancient structures, including a palace complex believed to have belonged to Cleopatra, have been found beneath the harbor of modern-day Alexandria. These findings suggest that much of the ancient city, including potentially the queen's tomb, may now lie beneath the sea. The idea of Cleopatra's tomb resting on the seafloor, surrounded by the ruins of her once great city, is a captivating one. It adds an extra layer of intrigue to the already fascinating tale of the queen and her legacy. However, this theory remains highly speculative, and many experts argue that the evidence for a submerged tomb is far from conclusive. As archaeological work continues both on land and beneath the waves, the true fate of Cleopatra's final resting place remains a tantalizing mystery waiting to be unraveled. Number 6. Unearthing treasures, artifacts, mummies, and golden tongues. As archaeologists painstakingly excavate the Temple of Isis at Taposiris Magna, they have unearthed a trove of ancient treasures that offer tantalizing glimpses into Cleopatra's life and the world she inhabited. From delicate jewelry to mummies adorned with golden tongues, these artifacts paint a vivid picture of the queen and her era. One of the most stunning finds to date is a collection of coins bearing Cleopatra's likeness. These small, metallic snapshots of history provide a rare glimpse of the queen as she would have appeared to her subjects. The coins depict a woman of striking beauty, with a regal profile and an air of unflinching determination. Alongside the coins, archaeologists have uncovered a wealth of jewelry and personal adornments that hint at the opulence of Cleopatra's court. Delicate gold necklaces, intricately carved bracelets, and shimmering gemstones all speak to the queen's wealth and status. Perhaps most intriguing of all are the mummies that have been found within the temple complex. These ancient remains, many of them remarkably well preserved, offer a poignant reminder of the human lives that once thrived in Cleopatra's Egypt. Some of these mummies have been found with golden tongues placed in their mouths, a practice believed to ensure the deceased could speak in the afterlife. This fascinating detail provides a glimpse into the rich spiritual beliefs that shaped Egyptian society and underscores the importance placed on the journey to the underworld. Other artifacts, such as pottery, scrolls, and religious implements help to fill in the details of daily life in Cleopatra's time. Together, these objects create a vivid tapestry of the past, allowing us to imagine the bustle of the ancient city and the lives of those who called it home. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Cleopatra's tomb has long fascinated historians and archaeologists, sparking endless debates and theories. Recently, reports suggest that even Joe Rogan believes her tomb was discovered in Taposiris Magna, beneath the temple of the goddess Isis. The discovery is nothing short of extraordinary. Cleopatra's tomb was finally found, and what was hidden inside will shock you. The tomb was filled with gold, hinting at the immense status of the person buried within. Among the remarkable findings was a female skeleton adorned with gold jewelry and a stunning gold crown. Researchers, and even Joe Rogan, speculate that this could be Cleopatra herself. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments. Number 5. The Lost Dynasty. A royal family vault in the Valley of Kings. Deep in the heart of ancient Thebes, where limestone cliffs pierce the desert sky, lies the Valley of the Kings, the sacred burial ground of Egypt's most powerful pharaohs. For over 500 years, this sun-scorched ravine served as the final resting place for rulers who built empires, commanded armies, and shaped the course of human civilization. But in 2011, archaeologists stumbled upon something unprecedented, a tomb that would challenge everything we thought we knew about royal burials. Hidden beneath millennia of sand and stone, Tomb KV40 emerged not as the resting place of a single pharaoh, but as an extraordinary family vault of the 18th dynasty. This wasn't just another royal tomb. It was a sacred chamber that housed multiple kings, their families, and their most trusted courtiers, all sealed away together in death as they had lived in life. The tomb's contents left archaeologists breathless. Exquisite jewelry crafted with a mastery that rivals modern techniques glittered in the excavator's lights. Statues carved with such detail that they seemed to breathe stood guard over their royal charges. Precious artifacts, each telling its own story of power, wealth, and artistic achievement, filled chamber after chamber. But perhaps most remarkable was the tomb's preservation. Despite the passage of over 3,000 years, many artifacts remained exactly as they had been placed during the elaborate burial ceremonies. The dry desert air had preserved delicate textiles, wooden objects, and even organic materials that typically disappear over time, giving us an unprecedented window into the lives of these ancient rulers. The discovery of this multi-generational tomb has revolutionized our understanding of 18th dynasty burial practices. Why did these pharaohs choose to be buried together, breaking with the tradition of individual tombs? Was this a statement of family unity, a practical solution to limited space, or something else entirely? The answers may lie in the hundreds of artifacts and inscriptions still being studied today. Number 4. The modest tomb of Queen Hatepheres I, a royal mother. In the shadow of the Great Pyramid of Giza, a surprising discovery was made in 1925 that shed light on the life of one of ancient Egypt's most influential women. The tomb of Queen Hatepheres I, the mother of Pharaoh Khufu, was found accidentally by workmen clearing a nearby tomb. What they uncovered was a burial chamber that, while modest in size, held treasures that spoke volumes about the queen's status and the reverence in which she was held. Among the most remarkable finds within the tomb was a gilded bed frame adorned with intricate carvings and inlaid with precious materials. This opulent piece of furniture, fit for royalty, hinted at the luxurious lifestyle enjoyed by the queen and her family. Equally impressive were the remains of a sedan chair, a portable throne that would have carried Hatepheres in grand processions, a gleaming symbol of her commanding presence and authority within the royal court. Curiously absent from the tomb, however, was the queen's body itself. This enigmatic detail has puzzled archaeologists for decades, leading to speculation about the fate of Hetephere's remains. Some theorize that her body may have been moved to another, yet undiscovered, burial site, while others suggest that it could have been lost to grave robbers in antiquity. Despite this mystery, the artifacts found within Hetephere's tomb provide a fascinating glimpse into the life of a royal mother during the height of the Old Kingdom. They reveal a woman who, while not a ruler herself, wielded significant influence and commanded great respect within the palace walls. As the mother of one of Egypt's most famous pharaohs, Hetepheres played a crucial role in shaping the dynasty that would leave an indelible mark on history, from the towering pyramids to the enduring legacy of her son, Khufu. Number 3. Seti I's tomb, a masterpiece of New Kingdom art. Deep within the Valley of the Kings, a tomb unlike any other beckons to those who seek to unravel the mysteries of ancient Egypt. The tomb of Seti I, a pharaoh of the 19th dynasty, is a stunning triumph of New Kingdom art and architecture, a magnificent showcase of the wealth, power, and cultural brilliance that marked one of Egypt's most illustrious eras. From the moment one enters the tomb, the sheer scale and beauty of the decorations are breathtaking. The walls are adorned with intricate reliefs and paintings, depicting scenes from the pharaoh's life and his journey through the underworld. The vivid colors and exquisite details of these illustrations are a marvel of ancient artistry, preserved through the centuries by the dry, dark conditions of the tomb. One of the most striking features of Seti I's tomb is the so-called astronomical ceiling, a depiction of the night sky as it would have appeared over ancient Egypt. This intricate map of the heavens, complete with constellations and celestial bodies, hints at the deep astronomical knowledge and religious significance of the stars in Egyptian culture. But the tomb is more than just a showcase of artistic skill. It is also a window into the religious beliefs and funerary practices of the New Kingdom. The inscriptions and illustrations within the tomb provide a wealth of information about the ancient Egyptian concept of the afterlife, from the judgment of the dead to the journey through the underworld. Perhaps most intriguing of all is the sarcophagus of Seti I himself, carved from a single block of alabaster and adorned with powerful protective spells and depictions of the pharaoh in the embrace of the gods. This magnificent artifact, now on display in the Sir John Soanes Museum in London, stands as a breathtaking monument to the pharaoh's eternal might and mystery, their power reaching across millennia, even in death. Number 2. Mereruka's tomb, a prime minister's life in ancient Egypt. In the necropolis of Saqqara, a tomb unlike any other invites us to step into the world of ancient Egyptian politics and power. The mastaba of Mereruka, a vizier who served under King Teti during the 6th dynasty, is a treasure trove of art and history, offering an unparalleled glimpse into the life of a high-ranking official in the age of the pyramids. From the moment one enters the tomb, the sheer scale and opulence of Mereruka's final resting place become apparent. The walls are adorned with exquisitely carved and painted scenes, depicting the vizier in his many roles and responsibilities. We see him overseeing the counting of cattle, inspecting the work of craftsmen, and receiving offerings from his estates, all rendered in vivid detail and vibrant color. But the tomb is more than just a showcase of Mereruka's wealth and status. It is also a window into the complex workings of the ancient Egyptian state, with the vizier at its center. Through the inscriptions and illustrations, we gain insight into the administration of justice, the management of resources, and the delicate balance of power between the pharaoh and his most trusted officials. One scene in particular captures the essence of Mereruka's role as a mediator between the ruler and the ruled. In it, the vizier is shown presenting petitioners to the king, who sits on a throne beneath a canopy. This image, repeated throughout the tomb, underscores the vital importance of the vizier as a conduit between the divine pharaoh and the people he governed. Number 1. The Silver Pharaoh, Susenes I's unique burial treasures. In 1940, a remarkable discovery was made in the ancient city of Tanis, in the Nile Delta region of Egypt. The tomb of Susenes I, a pharaoh of the 21st dynasty, was found untouched and filled with treasures that defied belief. Among the glittering gold and precious stones, one artifact stood out as truly exceptional: a silver sarcophagus, the likes of which had never been seen before in Egyptian archaeology. The tomb of Susenes I was a veritable time capsule, offering a rare glimpse into the wealth and artistry of the Third Intermediate Period. While the era was one of political fragmentation and economic challenges, the opulence of the pharaoh's burial suggests that the rulers of Tanis were able to maintain a degree of prosperity and cultural sophistication. The silver sarcophagus, in particular, is a marvel of craftsmanship and symbolism. Measuring over 6 feet long and weighing close to 300 pounds, the coffin is adorned with intricate engravings and inlaid with gold and precious stones. The choice of silver, a metal more precious than gold in ancient Egypt due to its rarity, speaks to the exceptional status of Susenes I and the reverence in which he was held. But the sarcophagus is just one of the many wonders found within the tomb. Susenes I was also buried with a gold mask, a necklace of lapis lazuli and gold, and a variety of other jewelry and amulets that hint at the richness of the 21st dynasty royal regalia. These artifacts, along with the sarcophagus, provide a tantalizing glimpse into the beliefs and practices surrounding death and the afterlife in ancient Egypt. Perhaps most intriguing of all is what the discovery of Susenes I's tomb reveals about the enduring power of Egyptian cultural traditions. Even in a time of political upheaval and economic strain, the pharaohs of Tanis were able to maintain the elaborate burial practices and artistic styles of their predecessors, ensuring that the legacy of ancient Egypt would endure for millennia to come. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.